Welcome to the Two Tunes Podcast. I'm Bo.
I'm Brandon. Why are you talking like that?
Because we're idiots.
No,
All right. New movies, new TV shows. You watching anything? You finishing up everything?
I am in the midst of watching Invincible.
Okay. That's on
Still
Amazon,
ongoing.
right?
Yep. And A Murder at the End of the World.
How's that?
Good.
That's on Netflix?
No, it is on Hulu.
Okay. Do you have HBO?
No.
Okay. There's a TV show. It's animated. It's called Scavenger's Reign.
Okay.
Reign, R-E-I-G-N.
R-E-I-G-N?
Yeah. It's really good. It looks similar to like Studio Ghibli, kind of, sort of, but like doesn't have like the fun, like childlike, because it's not meant for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's weird. It's an alien planet, and you don't really know what's going on. But like, it's like crash land on this planet, and then like, but no one really understands the planet. But stuff's happening, and I don't know. It's really cool. I know that I didn't sell it at all, but it's super cool. And then the music of it is super cool as well. The music is done by a person named, is it Nicholas Snyder?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicholas Snyder. So music like this.
Should turn that up.
It's quiet.
It's like ambient lo-fi. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And then who else did I find recently that was like really interesting? There was it was an album that was like day in the life, and then like from this day to this day or something like that. I think it was on the Grammys. It was one of the Grammy nominations.
Okay.
I think it was like electronic. Speaking of Grammys, this is old news technically because we already Grammys are coming out.
Grammy nominations came out or are
a
coming
while
out.
ago,
Yeah.
but like the ceremony is in February. But people should know there's not just the general field, which is record of the year, album of the year, song of the year, best new artist, producer of the year, non-classical, song of the year, non-classical.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than that.
Yes.
And yet again, it's not just like field one, pop and dance electronic music. You got to go down farther. How many categories are you aware of? Okay, it's the artist is called Fred again.
Oh yeah, I know
period.
Fred again.
And Actual Life 3, January 1st through September 9th.
Yeah.
And he'll record
Yeah.
his life and then like throw them into his music.
Yeah. I've been listening to him off and on for a while.
Yep.
It's just interesting stuff.
My favorite category right now, while going down, first
Are there like 160 categories?
there's not 160, but there's a ton.
Because there's even stuff like album artwork.
Yeah.
And like
Well,
box set packaging.
We'll get down there. But there's a new category, Best Alternative Jazz Album,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is super cool. And we got Kurt Elling and Charlie Hunter and
Super
Blue.
Yeah. I don't know if that counts, but
Yeah.
it's just the stuff they don't know what to do with.
Yeah.
It's people who they would call jazz, but then
Well, like they used to.
it's like stuff I would play on my But Is It Jazz
Yeah.
playlist.
Which now, because I've listened to a whole bunch of that stuff, it's all popping up on my feed. Oh, where are you? There's
Super Blue did a thing of covers. It's really good. An EP.
Okay, so there's a new category. Well, it's not a new category. It's an old category, but they used to call it like new age music, but now it's like new age ambient and chant album. So like I tend to look at that category because of the ambient. But like some of those wouldn't work together. Wouldn't be the similar genre.
Are you familiar with Laraji?
I am not.
Listen to an interview with him on Mark Maron's podcast.
Okay. So
he's apparently like the guy who like started ambient music.
No, isn't that
Eno?
Yeah.
He worked with him.
Wow, okay. But also Eric Satie is one of, I know that's like,
he's like an impressionist, isn't he?
Yeah, but it like he came up as like, oh, it needs to be like furniture music.
Oh, okay.
Where it's just like it needs to go to the background, and that's like So field 8, children's, comedy, audiobooks, visual media, and music video / film. So best children's music album, best comedy album, which you should know all of these names: Trevor Noah, Wanda Sykes, Chris Rock, Sarah Silverman, Dave Chappelle. Who will win?
Boo, Chappelle. Boo.
Best audiobook narration and storytelling recording: Meryl Streep, William Shatner, Rick Rubin, Senator Bernie Sanders, Michelle Obama. Didn't like last year or 2 years ago, Barack Obama was on here?
Probably.
Is he going to EGOT winner? Best compilation soundtrack for visual media.
You're just reading Grammy.
I am, but this one's that one's not good. The next one is good. Best score soundtrack for visual media, including film and television. There's 5 artists, or there's 5 albums nominated.
Okay.
Barbie, Mark Ronson and Andrew Watt. Black Panther, done by who?
It just went right out of my head. What the heck is his name?
Starts with an L.
Yeah, what? Oh my gosh.
It's the middle name of a very famous composer.
Oh, Ludwig Göransson.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Who is also nominated for Oppenheimer in the same category.
Yep.
The Fablemans.
John Williams,
who is also Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny.
That's funny.
So there's 5 albums but there's really 3 people, and 2 of them have a better chance than the other. Best score soundtrack for video games and other interactive media. Bear McCreary is on that list. Friend of the pod.
Friend of the podcast.
Best song written for visual media. This is the best category. This is my favorite category.
Okay.
There's 5 nominees. Okay. So Lift Me Up from the Black Panther soundtrack. What Was I Made For from Barbie. I'm Just Ken from Barbie. Dance the Night from Barbie. And Barbie World from, guess what? Barbie.
Nice.
So who do you think is going to win?
It'd be funny if the Black Panther song won.
Yes, I agree. That would be... I think that it's a Rihanna song.
Yeah.
I want I'm Just Ken to win. I don't think it's going to at all because it's on there probably as a joke. I think that it's going to be Billie Eilish for What Was I Made For. I think that's a really, really good song. But yeah. Plus, I didn't think it was Billie Eilish when I first heard it. I'm like, is this
really?
Wait, who would it? I thought it was Phoebe Bridger.
Oh, okay.
Which it kind of could be.
Yeah.
Best music video, best music film, which there's a Tupac called Dear Mama, which I'm like, didn't he die like 30 years ago?
Yeah, they just found his killer probably.
Maybe. And then Field 9. Field 9 is the one that like no one cares about, but like the people who do it are making great stuff. So packaging, notes, and historical. So best recording package, which is the physical package of the record.
Yeah. I think that's what August Burns Red was nominated for. Probably. And I think Under Oath was nominated for as well.
Best box or special limited edition packaging. Best album notes. So if you're good at writing essays about artists, you could get a Grammy for it.
Do you know who should get one of those? I'm going to bring them to the podcast, but a band called Silent Planet, for one of their earlier albums, they used to do like a ton of liner notes.
Okay.
And it was almost like an annotated stuff. It'd be like, oh, well, this is where I got this lyric from, and this is what the influenced this, and yeah.
A lot of those records are like compilations of stuff and more like historical type the album notes, because like the music is part of the essay.
Yeah.
Like they're talking about this music and it's like, by the way, here's the thing. Best historical album. So a lot of like collections of stuff. Field 10 is production, engineering, composition, and arranging, which if you know what those things are, you know what those things are. Best immersive audio album.
Are you just going to read all?
No. These are categories that I think are important, that are cool.
Sure.
Like the best immersive audio album. Most people don't even know what that. Like, how do I even listen to that? And that's where Dolby Atmos comes in. And then Bear McCreary's on that one, and Alicia Keys is on there. What else? I'm trying to go all the way down. Maybe you're right. Maybe there are 100.
There's more than 100, I'm pretty sure.
Nah, there's 94.
Oh, okay. Speaking of Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
Have you seen those videos where it's different companies and different things do them on YouTube or whatever. They're like, we're going to have this professional artist listen to this song. They've never heard it before, and then they like figure out how to play it.
Yeah.
There's a good one with, is it Sput, I think, from Snarky Puppy, where he listens to Enter Sandman for the first time.
Okay.
Like he's literally never heard that song before,
Yeah.
and he's like listening to it, and he's sitting at the drum kit while he's listening to it, and he's like figuring out all the things, and then he plays it.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I just saw one with Jordan Rudess from Dream Theater. He's a keyboard player from Dream Theater.
Okay.
And they play him. What is that song called? The Alicia Keys, Jay-Z, the New York.
Like, this is New York.
Yeah, with the piano thing. So they play him that track with no piano. Like they fully take the piano out.
Oh, that's cooler.
And then they play it for him. Again, he's never heard. He doesn't even know who it is. They tell him like, "Oh, it's an Alicia Keys song." I'm like, yeah, it's Alicia Keys and Jay-Z. Like they could mention that, whatever. But like, he's listening to it for the first time, like live, and you're watching it, and then he just starts noodling around. Like once he figures it out, then he starts noodling around, like does all this different stuff, and then they play it for him again. They're like, "Well, here's the actual part," and he's like, oh, "Okay," and then he like does more stuff. It's really cool, and because he's like the guy from Dream Theater, he's got all these different sounds and different things going on and whatever. And I think he's only playing on like a Nord or something. Like he has multiple keyboards, and he's got one of those like C boards and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But it's just really cool. And he switches sounds and does stuff, but it's kind of cool to watch him do it like in real time.
That is very cool.
He also says he's like, I have perfect pitch. So as soon as I think like it's easier for him to figure out what's going on sooner.
I think somebody asked me that the other day. It's like, do you have perfect pitch? And I'm like, no.
Good story.
Yeah, great story. Sorry, I got distracted by my own thoughts because I think I remember what class it was in, and there's a student who's really awesome. Just saying, and they were getting we were doing that I think we talk, it's been so long. The ear training thing, we were doing that. We were like testing them. Okay, and that student was getting them all correct. Okay. And I'm like, that's really good. They felt really good about themselves. But then I had another student who's like, I would change it, didn't hear a difference at all. It's like, okay. And I'm like, how do I get you to hear this? Yeah. Like, it's drastic. Yeah. Just saying.
Cool. So what do we do here, Bo? Besides you read the internet.
That's what we do. We read the internet.
Bo reads the internet.
We talk about two tunes. Yeah. You're first.
I am first.
I was really hoping there were lyrics in this for some reason.
There are not. It's
instrumental.
Okay. This is a tune called O.W. It is by Mary Lou Williams. Do you know Mary Lou Williams?
No.
You should get hip to Mary Lou Williams. She's a really good composer. She got her start. She was a jazz piano player, composer, arranger. She kind of got her start in a group called Andy Kirk and the 12 Clouds of Joy. And then she kind of went off from there, was doing different stuff, had her own band and some other things. This is a tune, though, that she wrote for Duke Ellington Orchestra, the Duke Ellington Orchestra, but they never played it. I don't know why. he didn't play a lot of stuff from outside people. It was mostly his things, or Billy Strayhorn's, or occasionally some other people in the band. So maybe that's why. But yeah, it's super progressive sounding. It was actually like written earlier, like this arrangement's from '67, but like it was written in the '50s, I believe. And it's just really sounds progressive for the time. Like if you told me that Gordon Goodwin, great big band writer and composer, wrote this tune, I would believe it. Like it sounds very, I mean, it's a modern recording, but it sounds like the writing sounds modern as well, which is pretty cool. And I just really dig it. So.
Did you choose this for the artist, or did you choose it for the writer?
What?
Because the artist
is
the
performer. Yeah, the Dutch Jazz Orchestra. Yeah, they're the performers. No, I chose it because of Mary Lou Williams.
Okay.
This is just the best recording of it. Like it's newer and it's clean and stuff. But yeah, it's really cool. It's got like this kind of like spy noir kind of thing going on at the beginning, which comes back a little bit later. There's this like African waltz section in the middle, where there's like competing time feels and things going on, where there's like this like overarching triplet thing, which is the African waltz part, but then there's like these other things going on. It's not as like clear and obvious, like drastic shift and change and whatever, but within the band you would kind of know. My top jazz band is currently working on this tune, so cool. They're really into it.
All right,
so here's OW.
What's OW stand for?
I don't know.
Oh, I listened to it today, and then when I was listening to it, I was like, oh, this is the Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay, yeah, I can hear that.
Timmy was an average kid.
It's got a little bit of that Incredibles vibe, too.
Yes.
It's just really sophisticated writing. Like, I don't know how to... People just have to listen to more big band stuff and just know that, but...
Yeah, do you think our listeners will?
Maybe a few.
Well, yeah.
Maybe this encourages you to go listen to some more big band writing.
Yeah, we had big band a couple weeks ago. Weird kind.
It was more like symphonic jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dutch Jazz Orchestra, great performing group, obviously. They've done a bunch of things of like historical kind of things, like you were talking about those categories.
Yeah.
Like compilations of things. They did a few albums of like Billy Strayhorn's music, and they've done this one, some other stuff as well. So if you want to hear like good, clean recordings of things, newer recordings of older things, they're a good group to check out. Yeah, her use of harmony is part of what makes her sound so modern.
There's no credit on the Apple Music for this.
This is the African waltz part. Kind of back into it again. Then it goes back to the A section, essentially. The only thing I don't love is the ending. It's kind of abrupt.
Yeah.
I could use like a couple more hits. I don't know. But it's really kind of cool.
I dig it.
Yeah, like I said, my kids are really into it. We're excited to. We've been playing it a little bit. It'll be on our March concert, and probably. So we just got accepted to the essentially Ellington Regional Festival at Temple, which is a pretty big deal, like in this area. It's pretty cool. We've been invited probably like 15 years in a row, maybe more. It's been since before I've had the gig, so it's a pretty cool thing to get to go to. But it is through the essentially Ellington program through Jazz Lincoln Center in New York City, and Mary Lou Williams' music has been featured through that program. Not this particular tune, but so I think we're gonna probably play this one if we get it up to snuff. We'll play this one at the festival, which would be pretty cool. We get to work with some of the Temple faculty who are all great professional jazz musicians and stuff. So
cool.
Yeah, we'll play this and play a Strayhorn tune and maybe something else.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So, thanks. Yeah, it's a cool tune. I like it. People should check out more of her stuff.
Now for something completely different. I've been meaning to have Candi Carpenter on for a while, and this is not the same Carpenter that
I was going to say. You texted me about a different Carpenter.
Yeah, which we might Sabrina Carpenter.
You're like, have we heard this person? And I was like, no. And then you sent me this, and I was like, that's not her either.
Candi Carpenter. They have a. Oh, where are you? Because I know I have it on here. So they have an album. I believe it's called Demonology. And a lot of the tunes are about getting out of or they're dealing with Christianity. And then Demonology Part 1, a lot of them, they're scary-ish type things. But I think I found her on TikTok. Them. I apologize. They, them. They are...
I don't know if you know this, Bo, but I'm not on TikTok anymore.
I know. You've already said that many times. American singer-songwriter who was born in Toledo, Ohio, but raised in Lansing, Michigan. Released in 2023, they released their alt-pop debut, Demonology Part 1, a 6-song EP. Produced by Carpenter, Peter Shirkin, and Alden Witt. The music centers around her personal stories of growing up in the Midwest and leaving Christianity. After years of performing as a country and Americana artist, this release was a sonic and a thematic departure. Which also this leading on to this, it's called Seasonal Depression, kind of following with my December theme. Of songs that are December-ish or Christmas-y, more wintry, and figuring out exactly what is what, stuff like that. So here is the song Seasonal Depression, and it's just a single, just a one-off. The album cover is a very tiny snowman. Seasonal Depression.
It's the nightmare before
I love all the references.
Yeah.
It's happening again.
Yeah, the lyrics are very clever.
Here comes good old seasonal depression setting in. I used to love the fairy lights and tacky ass reindeer. Now all I see is plastic waste and manufactured cheer. Where does it go? All the time and all the hope. All the grass is dead and brown, but I don't see any snow. There are Santas at the mall and parties to attend, but it doesn't feel like Christmas time again.
Not like when we were kids.
I'm not feeling merry. I'm not feeling bright.
I'm like more and more paying attention to the song itself.
It's another
And like it's starting to get more electric and distorted
and the sunset's way
in the right speaker.
I'm curled up in bed with all the ghosts of
There's a little
Christmas
distorted guitar.
past. Where does it go? All the time and all the hope.
grass doesn't
but
die.
I don't see
It turns brown, but it's not
It
dead.
can die.
There are Santas at the mall and parties to attend, but it doesn't feel like Christmas time again.
Bridge.
I was expecting this to go like a little bit more minor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's a little too on the nose.
Oh, they play strings in this.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what string. I mean, there's cello
Cello.
going on right now, but maybe it's because there's two people who are playing strings.
Where does it go? All the time and all the hope, all the grass.
I don't have a lot to say. I'm kind of quiet during this, but it's nice. Yeah. It's lyrically very clever.
Another year is over. It's almost at an end.
Have you listened to more of their stuff?
Yeah, that Demonology
You've
record.
listened to Demonology?
Yeah. I've been meaning to bring them to the podcast.
No, it doesn't feel like Christmas time again. Fa la la la.
There you
There you go. Depressing
go. It's called Seasonal Depression.
Christmas songs with Bo.
Yes. Did Two Queens in last week? Two Queens in a King Size Bed wasn't.
No.
Maybe next week will be a happy, uplifting. Probably not.
It's time for me to bust out my dope Christmas playlist.
Yeah, it is. So next week will be the episode before Christmas, and then we'll have one after, and then it'll be the New Year.
Okay. So I should find a Christmas song is what you're saying?
Next week, yeah, you should find like a real Christmas song. I don't know.
I got a few. I got a whole playlist, Bo.
It's a dope playlist, isn't it?
It's 2 hours and 39 minutes.
It's too long. It's a playlist. I know. It's you just keep going. I've been playing a lot of music in
I
my
added a
house.
few things to it this year already.
Yeah.
I should like curate it and actually like put it in some kind of order,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't, and I won't.
Ooh. Okay. Random, completely off-topic
Mhm.
idea, thought, process thing.
Mhm.
So I'm part of a bunch of Discords.
Mhm.
There's like an ambient Discord, ambient fame.
That's you like ambient music.
Yeah. And then there's also a couple lo-fi ones, and then there's this one guy. He goes by late night tones, lo-fi hip hop, chill music, and you can like submit for playlist consideration, and then he'll listen to it, but like as a live stream. And I was like, did I put my new jam on here? Which actually, at the recording of this, I think there's going to be another one coming out soon. Now I think about it. Another lo-fi from Echoes in the Well House. But he listened to it. He didn't really like comment too much on it. It's like, oh, there's no. The only comment was like, oh, there's no bass, and I'm like, I realize why there's no bass. I air quotes because like I put it through a filter, and it's like a vinyl replica, and I usually put it to like the 70s or the 60s,
Okay.
so it cuts off a lot of the low end, which maybe I shouldn't do that. I should
Because
let
it's
the, I
bass.
should let the bass come through.
Yeah.
You can still hear it, but it's not as like thick and like,
Yeah.
oh, there's bass in there. And I also noticed that it's a lot quieter than the other people's mixes. So need to fix that for other releases, which there's one that's coming out. It's either already out or
This is what happens when we record ahead.
yeah. I mean, it comes out in December, and I think it's the teens. Here, let me look.
Gotcha. While you're looking that up, I've got a couple
Yeah.
of comic recommendations.
December 15th.
There we go. And it's time to go to fifth period or whatever.
Yeah, fifth period, 5-2
So
this Friday.
now that my classes are over, I've like had a chance to read for pleasure
Yeah.
because I did not have time to do
Yeah, I
that
don't
before.
have time either.
But what I've been reading mostly are some comics. And there's a really good run. I think it's by Tom King. who's done a lot of good runs on a lot of things. But it's about a character named the Human Target, and he's like,
it's
called Human Target.
Yeah, I know Human Target.
Okay, so this Tom King run.
It's pretty. Hold on, you keep going.
Okay,
it was a TV show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know why you're saying yeah.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like loosely based on the DC comic thing. But anyway, this run is that he gets poisoned, and it's going to take him 12 days to die, and so he's got 12 days to like solve his own poisoning and murder, essentially.
Yeah, that was not the. Yeah. Was that just the run that you were reading?
That's the run that I'm reading now.
Okay.
And I read the first volume of it, which gets you through like the first 5 or 6 days. So there's the whole rest of it to go. But it's really, really well done and interesting. And because he's a DC character, like it does involve some DC characters and things. So it's pretty good. There is another also DC comic, but I think it's more Vertigo. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But it's called The Nice House on the Lake.
Okay.
People should just read it. It's kind of like a thriller sort of thing. I can't really give anything away about it, but it's really good. And I'm into the first volume of that as well. What was the other thing I just read? Can't remember. But those two I highly recommend. Nice House on the Lake, and then this Tom King. I should make sure it's Tom King.
So
of Human Target.
Human Target.
Yeah.
The TV show was based on the comic book. The first season had some really great things going on, and then they switched showrunners, and then they kind of changed the whole thing.
Yeah. It is Tom King, the one I'm thinking of, by the way. Oh, book 2 is out. Sweet.
Christopher Chance. Is that the character's name?
That's the character's name, yeah.
Yeah. So he's in the TV show. I think the reason that I decided, I'm going to watch this show is because the theme music for the first season was done by Bear McCreary. But then they switched it on the second season and then changed all the music. And I was like, why are you okay?
Yeah.
That's weird. But it had a Jackie Earl Harley. Jackie Earl Haley.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was...
Was he the Human Target?
No. That was Mark Valley.
Okay. The idea is that he's like a master of disguise. He doesn't have any like superpowers. He's just like a master of disguise.
Yeah, it didn't really make sense. As everything that you're saying is more doesn't really.
Yeah, but it's good. It reads like kind of like a good crime fiction thing, because again, you're trying to like solve who did this, and yeah, it's really interesting. I like it. Also, the artwork is really great.
Oh, wow. Oh. So, this is weird. This character's from the 50s.
Yeah. There's a lot of characters like that are like kind of old, and then they bring them back.
But Len Wein. Ween?
I think it's Ween.
Ween? Yeah, he created... Hey, it's time to go. Anyways.
Yeah. The guy, James Tinian is the guy James Tinian IV is the guy who wrote Nice House on the Lake, which is great. He also wrote, or is writing, Something is Killing the Children, which is probably my favorite current comic. So, yeah, check those out, folks.
This comic's still going?
Which one?
The one you're reading.
Yeah.
Oh, they took a big break. 2010, they stopped, and then they came back in 2022. Black Label Human Target.
Yeah.
Is Black Label?
Black Label's like their more adult theme stuff.
Okay.
DC.
I need to...
It's also sometimes like out of continuity.
Yeah. Anyways, that's been your 2 tunes.
It's been Comics Corner with Brandon.
Comics Corner. Man, I miss comics, but I don't miss paying for them.
Yeah, that's why I buy the collected editions.
Yeah. Yeah. My comic book days, they were good. And I didn't like get you got to get Batman and Superman and Spider-Man and Avengers is like, no, I got Vertigo titles and
Yeah.
things that like no one knows what these are.
Yeah.
Like like Fables and all of the spin-offs of that. And
Did we talk about the Fables thing?
no,
We had to. We didn't?
I think you and me did. I don't know if we talked about it on the pod though.
Oh, that he put it out for public domain, yeah.
Yeah, and DC was like, no, you can't do that. That's not true.
But he did.
Yo, I know. And it's just, they're going to have to go to court to like, it's like, I gave it to them. I gave it to everybody.
Yeah.
Which also, it's based off of characters that they don't own.
Yeah.
Like, they don't own Little Red Riding Hood.
Right.
They don't own the Three Little Bears.
Yeah.
The Three Bears. Three Little Bears. I'm thinking the Three Little Pigs. Which is also, I think, in there probably.
Probably.
Jack Horner. Jack and the Beanstalk.
Well, he's all the Jacks.
He's all the Jacks.
Jack of Fables. I never read those.
I read all. I read it. And then Cinderella being a spy.
I read one of those. Yeah. Anyway, we should go.
Geppetto. You don't own Geppetto. Anyways, we'll see you guys
Follow
next
us
week.
online.
Follow us. Tell your friends. Tell
Follow
your
us on the
enemies.
internet.
All right, bye.